in between Said 01 with 1,727 points. He's requested that I make a recording so that I can show how I win, lose, or draw, and it will be instructive for him to see where he's making mistake. Okay, so I'm recording. Oh, why isn't he playing? I thought he wanted me to record. I thought you wanted me to record. Okay, hi, I'm recording. Okay, I'm going to open with Old Faithful, developing my single corner. And trying to get to my sweet spot, but he's removing that, so he took that away from me. So we'll fight for it. Okay, so make sure it's safe to move out of your single corner. And there's no trap, so I'm moving out my single corner and trying to fight for my sweet spot. By the way, he did very well. The last game, we ended up with a draw, so he's not a bad player. Okay, so because I'm fighting for my sweet spot, I'm going to remove this checker here. Okay, so I can squeeze the checker on my sweet spot. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to squeeze it. Okay. So again, I'm just going to move out my single corner, because remember, one of the strategies is to develop your single corner. Okay. Well, this is how we ended up with a draw last time. So let me, well, if I go here, we'll exchange, and then he can push me into the doghouse, which I really don't want to happen, of course. So let me avoid that just by exchanging. All right, let's see what he does. Okay, again, I'm heading towards this double corner because that's the weakest part of the board. Because if you can make his double corner free of checkers, then obviously you can move in and out. Okay, let me just make sure I do that. Okay, can he squeeze me afterwards? I can defend if he squeezes me. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. So let me go here. And again, you don't want him to move here. Okay, I've lost the checker. Okay. All right, this is what you can do in this situation. Because you're going to lose a checker. Because you can squeeze me. I forgot because I'm talking. What you can do is to go here and then sacrifice. If he squeezes you, just sacrifice a checker and then go and get a king. That is what you can do, because you still have your 3 checkers in the in the back row. So he can't obviously get a king on unless he gets a king on a single corner. Okay, so now what you do is to make a sacrifice, and then you should be able to get your checker back. So you'll be up, and then you've got a better position because you still have your 3 checkers on the back. So let me make sure that I'm not gonna make a silly mistakes, because I do make silly mistakes, and that's how I lose. So although he's 1 checker up in moment, as long as you got the better position, you can probably get a draw, or you can possibly win as well. So I'm not going to put my checker here. Well, let me see. Okay, I'll put my king here, and then he has to move that checker there. So now you're basically trying to control his moves. Okay. Now I do not want to fork here, because I will lose my king straight away. So what I will do is to move the king out this way. Because if I put my king fork, he will just move this checker forward, and then I have to take and we exchange. And as you know, once you've got a king, you've got a very good chance of winning. So sometimes you just have to trick your opponent. Okay, so it's still not safe for me to... I can't move my king here, because again, he'll just exchange. So he's looking for the exchange. So obviously you don't allow him to exchange. Okay. And then you don't want it to break up your back checkers there. And of course you have the moves because you are in control at the moment, because your king can go back and move back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Now I can chase after this checker, because it, his checkers can only move forward, but because you've got a king, your king can move back and forth. So if I play here, it's safe. He can't force the exchange, so I'm going to do that, and I'll chase this checker down. Okay. So we'll chase this checker down here, and then go behind this one, because this checker is hanging here, and it'll force the exchange of this checker. You'll get this checker back, and then obviously you will lock his king in to the single quarter, and his king cannot come out. So now what you do is to just go after this one, because this checker is hanging at the moment. So now I've got a very good chance of winning the game. Okay. So he has to, you get back your checker now. Okay. And then you can go and get another king. And then even if you move out this middle checker, because you got your 2 anchor checkers there, he obviously cannot win anymore. Okay, so his king is locked in. And now what you do is to move out your checkers. You make sure what's the best move. If I could get a checker here, then obviously... Okay, so carefully move your checkers out from the back. I'm still maintaining my 2 anchor checkers in the moment. And again, you really don't want to exchange because you're even, so you're trying to win the game, but worst case scenario, obviously, a draw is good to have. Okay, so if I play here, then that's the best move for me. Now, so he's getting very limited at what moves he can make. Okay, so he's gone back in. All right. So we can count the possible moves if I force him there. He's... Okay. So if he plays there, you take this checker off here. Okay, so now what you can do is to, these checkers are hanging, these 2 checkers are hanging, so you can squeeze it. Because if he goes here, you get a double, but then you squeeze this checker here, and then you take that checker. So he's now going to be down 1 checker, and now obviously you should win because you've got 1 more checker than he has. So he's lost the game. All right, I'll say good game. Game. I will post this today. Post this game today. Game today. Okay, this is not his best. That's okay. Well, we should exchange checkers down that you're going to be 1 checker up. And even if you have to give away your king, we just exchange checkers down. Okay, so now we're going to exchange checkers. Yes, you fell for the gambit. You fell for the gambit. It was a trick. The trick. Okay. Right, so it's 3 against 4. So you should win the game. So you just go and get your kings. Okay, so just get 3 kings against 2 kings. Obviously, that's a foregone conclusion. So it's just a matter of mopping up now. He should really resign, but that's okay. And even if he goes to the double ends, there's a method of winning against that position. But in my previous one of my previous videos, I showed you how to defend. When you only have 2 checkers against the 3 checkers, and it's a good defense if somebody doesn't know how to win when you have he has 3 checkers against your 2. So this is how you do it. You just line up your checkers in a line. So it doesn't matter what he does, really. He wants to stay in the 2 double corners, that's okay. We will eventually. There's a method, so I'm going to show you the method right now. Okay, so you line up your 3 checkers in a line diagonally. All right. And then if he moves backwards into this corner, you just move here, and that's it. Okay, which he's done. So what you do is to spread out your checkers like that, and that's it. Then it'll be 2 against 1, and then I can show you how to win against 2 against 1. So then all you do is to back this checker up, exchange, and then you go after this other checker. All right, now we'll demonstrate how to win when he has 1 checker and you have 2, and he's the double corner. If he doesn't give up, of course. Okay, so what you do is to just get your checkers towards the double corner, face off, then you squeeze him out of the single corner. That's how you squeeze him out. Okay, you back that up. You just squeeze him out. Okay, so he has to go there, of course. And you should not play here because you'll have to repeat everything you did again. So you just pull this checker back. And then he has how many moves left? 1, 2, 3. After this, he has 3 more moves. And the game's over. So... all right, no point saying anything. He knows he's lost. So, all right, let's just wait until he either quits or exchanges. Once you fell for the gambit, you lost. Okay. Lost because I still had my anchor checkers Anchor checkers. Oh. Checkers in place. Best case scenario. Would have been a draw. Okay, so he's got 2 moves and the game is over. And that's how you win. All right, thank you very much, folks, for watching. I hope you've learned, how to win. This time I was lucky enough to win, of course, but I do win 90% of my games playing against any player. It could be draw if you played carefully. Yeah, I mean, you could have got a draw if you played carefully, but he would have had to give them the checker, of course. So we would have been even, and then it would, if he's a good player, it would be a draw, of course. But again, obviously, you set up traps. That's one of the strategies. You set traps. You keep your anchor checkers in place, like I did. You became greedy, yes. Yep, you became greedy. You didn't see it. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you stay safe and healthy. You take care.